Today we are working on a Triumph Bonneville. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be working on a Triumph Bonneville. It is a carbureted version of that model. There is a little bit of a leak in the cam cover gasket. So what we need to do first is replace the cam cover bolt seals that provide the tension to the cam cover gasket, and hopefully that will alleviate the minor oil leak. If that doesn't alleviate the minor oil leak, then we will go ahead and replace the gasket itself. But hopefully this will work out, and it's actually a pretty simple job, so we'll walk you through how to do it. Step number one, you want to take the seat off, so you need a 5mm Allen wrench. There's 2 bolts at the very back of the seat that you need to undo. Alright, next step, you want to take the 2 bolts out of the back of the gas tank. These are 2 8mm nuts. To pull the gas tank off, first you need to disconnect the gas line. There's a fuel petcock here that runs to the carburetors. So there's a little butterfly clip right here. You want to loosen that off of the nipple from the petcock, and then you can pull this tube off from the right side of the bike. So now that the gas tank is off and in a safe place, you now have access to the 4 cam cover bolts right here that you can see. So to get these 4 cam cover bolts off, you need a 6mm Allen key. There it goes, it's just stuck. So here you can see the older gasket on the left and the newer one on the right. It looks like it's probably at least a millimeter, maybe 2 millimeters skinnier. So over time it's basically flattened out as it's gotten hotter and colder and been compressed, and so it's just not creating the tightness on the main gasket to keep the oil in. So we're not going to tighten it all the way, we're just going to get it threaded and then finger tight, and then once all 4 of them are switched out, we'll bring them all into the correct torque setting. That's 1 down, 3 to go. Last step, now that everything is bolted back in and finger tight, is to actually use a torque wrench so you're not over torquing the bolts. Very important step. The setting is 10
Newton meters.
10?
10 Newton meters.
The setting is 10 Newton meters, which is basically pretty much a little past finger tight. It's very, very loose. I mean, it's not, you don't want to crunch these in. So once you set the torque wrench settings, then you know when to stop, because the torque wrench will actually make a popping noise. So if you don't have one of these, it's definitely worth looking into. They're not that expensive. And here's a link where you can get one online. Alright, so you want to definitely, while you have the gas tank off, clean the engine as much as you can, so that way you can see in the future if there are any oil leaks, and you'll be 100% sure that would be a new leak rather than a leftover leak. So make sure it's clean right around the seal especially. So now we're going to put the tank back on and reconnect the fuel line. Alright, so once the fuel line is put back on and your butterfly clip is in, you're ready to bolt the gas tank back together. So it's important to remember not to over torque this. These are actually rubber washers, so the tank needs to have some flexibility and be able to move a little bit. So if you torque it all the way down, it's not going to behave correctly on the bike. Last step is to put the seat back on. Make sure all the wiring is clear of the seat when you put it in. You'll just lay it down and then slide it forward. All right, and there you have it. So now we're gonna go for a test drive and see if there are any new oil leaks. Hopefully there aren't. As always, thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Please also subscribe to the channel. We're gonna come out with lots of new videos on motorcycles, scooters, and home improvement stuff in the future. Subscribe, thumbs up, and thanks for watching.